Are you thinking of moving to Los Angeles?
Today, the hubby and I are exploring the idea of moving to Los Angeles, and we're going to look at home prices, job opportunities, lifestyle, amenities, safety, and cost of living, which may help you make a decision if you're thinking about moving there too. And then we're going to tell you whether or not we've moved there and why or why not.
We're empty nesters who've moved around a lot by choice, often with a family in tow. Currently, we live at Lake Tahoe on the Nevada side, but we're not sure long-term if this is the best place for us.
We're exploring cities and states across the country to find the best places to live in America, and we want to take you with us.
Los Angeles has a population of almost 4 million, the majority of whom are Caucasian and Hispanic, mostly middle-aged and generally well-educated. Essentially, it's a big city. In the 1700s, LA started off as a small ranching community, but in 1880, when oil was discovered, there was a huge expansion, and later it became the center of the film industry in 1910. Known for its thriving entertainment industry, Los Angeles may have the greatest number of filmmakers and major studios in the world, but that's not its only source of jobs.
So it turns out LA is actually the largest manufacturing center in the US, which I did not know. It's the nation's largest trading port in terms of value exchange and tonnage handled. With a diverse economy, it goes beyond the base of aerospace, entertainment, and tourism. There are plenty of opportunities in manufacturing, logistics, hospitality, finance, fashion, furniture, healthcare, engineering, and corporate management, among others.
Okay. So what does it really cost to live there? Well, the median list price for a home in Los Angeles currently is $1.25 million, while the median list price for a condominium is $850,000, with the average number of days on the market at 98 for homes and 111 for condos. Just a little high. According to Altus Research, the city is in a strong seller's market as of December 2021. The average rent for a 790 square foot apartment is $2,563 according to Rent Cafe. Three of the top neighborhoods in Los Angeles are Hollywood, Mid-City, and Alhambra due to their gorgeous homes and proximity to entertainment options. However, if you're looking for more of a suburban experience not too far from the city center, you might want to investigate Beverly Hills, Culver City, or Frogtown, which is this incredibly funky little neighborhood with a riverfront walkway that looks super cute.
The kinds of homes you'll find here are a blend of rundown, outdated apartments to stunningly gorgeous mansions. The architectural styles kind of range from ranch to craftsman to Spanish colonial to Victorian to modern. So it's a huge variety of potential homes. Because of high tourism, STRs, short for short-term rentals, are in huge demand. Rentals are restricted to one's primary residence, must be registered, and the registration number must be displayed on all advertisements. Unfortunately, it sounds like STR enforcement is an ongoing challenge, with some residents worrying that STRs are reducing the supply of available homes, and in some cases creating a nuisance. We have that where we live. It seems to be a national problem. Even though the town has a pricey reputation, electricity, gas, water, sewer, and trash are actually lower than the national average. For example, the average cost for these utilities is $129 a month, roughly, which is $30 cheaper than the national average. The overall cost of living score of LA is 173, which is significantly higher than national averages. And the livability score is just 54. Yikes. On a scale of 0 to 100 according to Area Vibes.
Los Angeles is a total foodie town with good restaurants everywhere, from Bestia to Water Grill to Factory Kitchen. You'll also have access to delicious coffee shops and breweries like Verve Coffee Roasters, Earth Bean Coffee, and Boomtown Brewery. That after-hours oatmeal stout looks amazing. Some of its most iconic restaurants include Cole's Restaurant, Pig and Whistle, Spago, and Musso and Frank Grill. Nightlife, cinema, and entertainment options include incredible spots like Elevator Lounge, One Oak LA, and Avalon. Grocery stores like Trader Joe's, Ralph's, and Hughes are accessible in pretty much every neighborhood. Fun spots to shop include the LA Fashion District, Beverly Boulevard, and La Brea Avenue. Now, keep in mind, we're early in our search process, so a lot of these names have come up via internet research. If you live in the area or you know of better resources, then please put them down in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.
There's so much to see and do in LA. There's so many tourist attractions. Let me rattle off just a few. The Getty and so many museums, Universal Studios, the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the Griffith Observatory, Hollywood, Santa Monica, La Brea Tar Pits. While technically Anaheim, do I need to mention Disneyland? Its vibrant downtown art scene has numerous galleries, some featuring Ian S., Lauren Halsley, and Jabade Khalil Huffman. Sports fans rejoice. LA is home to the LA Clippers, Kings, Dodgers, and the Lakers. Residents follow the basketball and baseball teams avidly. Coastal California's gorgeous weather makes the city ideal for nature lovers. For a little outdoor fun, visit Echo Lake, Elysian Park, or El Dorado Park and the Nature Center.
LA is served by the Los Angeles International Airport, which has a ton of nonstop international flights and reasonable wait times. We've flown in and out of there a lot over the years, and it's always been fine. Getting around on public transportation in Los Angeles is pretty challenging. Though the city does have some buses, subways, and light rails, everything is really far-flung. Realistically, if you want to travel outside your neighborhood, you're probably going to need a car. Keep in mind that Los Angeles traffic is notably bad, and finding parking can be tricky. Due to the high risk of accidents, car insurance in Los Angeles is higher than national averages. The average car insurance premium in Los Angeles is $2,597 per year, which is even pricier than the state average of $1,966.
If you're looking for a higher education in LA, there are plenty of good schools offering a large variety of majors, including business, bioscience, engineering, healthcare, finance, media, and the arts. Private schools include Loyola, USC, and Harvey Mudd, where I was looking to go, and public schools including UCLA, Cal State, Fullerton, and UC Irvine. I actually visited Harvey Mudd back in the 80s with Diane in tow. Believe it or not, we go way back, but got accepted by UC Berkeley quickly, and that was my preference. On the other hand, K through 12 in the region for your children doesn't really rank highly by grade schools, but there are many well-regarded private schools to choose from, including Fusion Academy, Berkeley Hall School, and Lishi International. I would, of course, recommend homeschooling as well. We did find scores of local homeschooling groups that can be of assistance. It's great to hear that the library system in LA is actually really good still, with locations around town featuring programs like English and second language classes, summer reading programs, and book clubs for adults and kids. I believe we could learn a thing or two from LA.
If you are religious, you will find a vast array of churches in Los Angeles catering to just about anything, including Christian, Jewish, Islamic, and Buddhist churches. And if you're LGBTQ, you will find resources like the Los Angeles LGBTQ Center, the Transgender Law Center, and the Trevor Project. In general, the city tends to be very LGBTQ friendly. Los Angeles also has numerous neighborhood and community organizations that you can become involved with, including Project Angel Food, Heart of Los Angeles Youth, and LA Works, just to name a few. Other good places to meet people as a newcomer include Facebook groups, meetup.com, and local support groups.
So what do you think about LA? Could you live there? Let us know in the comments below.
As for COVID restrictions, aligning with the California current standard, currently the city is largely open for business without capacity limits or social distancing requirements. However, masks must be worn indoors in public places. Large indoor events and some employers may require a COVID shot, while children age 12 and up may be required to get one to go to school. You'll just need to check with local authorities before making any plans for Los Angeles because these are always changing. COVID-19 testing and vaccines are free for everyone regardless of immigration status or healthcare coverage. Overall, Los Angeles tends to be a very health conscious city, so there are a ton of gyms and fitness centers to choose from. Some popular ones include Modo Yoga, Orange Theory Fitness, and Sanctuary Fitness. There's also a really strong alternative fitness community in the city, so you can find some more unusual things like bumper balls, pole dancing, and aerial ribbons.
LA seems to have healthcare covered with renowned hospitals like LAC, USC Medical Center, Dignity Health, Martin Luther King Jr. Community Hospital, and others. There are also specialized healthcare providers such as the Oncology Institute of Hope and Innovation, Cara Plastic Surgery, and Sunny Hills Assisted Living. Residents with pets have plenty of options also to explore, including the Shadow Veterinary Center, Vermont Animal Hospital, and Angel City Animal Hospital.
Los Angeles weather is generally quite comfortable with mostly sunny days, maybe a few cloudy days and very little rain. In the summer, it's typically no hotter than 85 degrees Fahrenheit, while in the winter, it's usually no colder than 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Fall and spring are equally mild and have very little rainfall. The city does have some serious problems with crime. According to Neighborhood Scout, it's only 13% safer than other cities in the U.S. Another way to say that is that it's 87% more dangerous. There have also been some reports lately of crime spilling into some of the nicer, more upscale neighborhoods like in Beverly Hills, where some owners have actually banded together to hire private security to help deal with the problem. One particularly concerning fact is that violent crimes are almost twice the California average. After significant budget cuts in 2020 and a corresponding increase in crime, in fall of 2021, the Police Commission voted to up the police budget by 12% to hopefully deal with the increasing crime rates. So the city is working on it. But seriously, when the head of the police officers union says, don't visit LA because we can't guarantee your safety, that's something to pay attention to. Yeah, he really said that. The city is also experiencing what many would call a homeless crisis, and homelessness has been up 13% since 2019. The city is working to provide housing and support by building tiny home communities and sanctioned encampments that provide showers and toilets, etc. But it's a long, slow process, and not everybody on the street actually wants the help. Most city residents won't have to deal with many pests other than the occasional roach or the harmless lizard. However, there are some reports of feral coyotes and the occasional mountain lions sighting if you're up in the hills, so be careful if you're out there by yourself.
The Los Angeles city government has a reputation for moderate corruption, according to the Daily News. Well, that's a surprise. A current FBI probe into the corruption has revealed officials are often careful not to technically break laws, but they do accept a lot of indirect bribes. Overall, the city's fiscal state is a little uncertain, and it has a very large amount of debt. The city is decidedly liberal as of 2021, and 53% of registered voters are Democrats, and only 17% are Republicans. At 9.5%, sales tax is a little higher than state sales tax, and property taxes are high as well. The average homeowner pays roughly $3,900 in property taxes, higher than the national average of $2,471. On the bright side, LA is recently won the most business-friendly award. California income taxes are between 1 to 12%, which is something to consider if you're moving from out of state. LA infrastructure tends to get a lot of criticism due to the urban sprawl and congested roadways. And water shortages are a recurring issue. First responders tend to take quite a lot of time to respond to emergency calls. They take 7 to 8 minutes, which is higher than national standards of 6 minutes.
So if you're single and looking for a lot of nightlife and tons of career opportunities, then LA may definitely be the place for you. However, it can be challenging to find housing on a single income unless you have a really high-paying job. If you're a couple without kids looking for a town with unique and exciting culture, then maybe Los Angeles is the right choice for you. But if you're concerned about affordability and safety, you may want to look elsewhere. And if you want to raise a family in a diverse environment or get your kids into film and television, then Los Angeles would be a great place for you. However, if you want low crime rates and good schools, you might want to look in some of the suburbs like Hermosa Beach or Culver City. And if you're LGBTQ, you will find the city to be very welcoming and accepting. Okay, so LA. Growing up in Northern California, I have to admit, I kind of come at this with a bias because it seems like a lot of the LA people that I met were kind of fakey. And I know that's a gross generalization, but it's something that colors my opinion. And the weather's nice, but it's kind of boring. It doesn't get cold, it hardly rains. The traffic is awful, it's crowded, and everything is so spread out and expansive. It's just hard to get around. It's expensive, and it's a long, long drive to good hiking in the Sierra. Now, Orange County, that's kind of a nice area, and I would consider living there for a while, but LA, I'm probably gonna have to give it a pass. I'm not feeling it. I'm gonna say like 3, 4. What do you think?
Well, you know, there are plenty of people who would like the big city and like the experience of LA. I have to say, overall, I would pass 2. I would probably give it a 5 on my interest list. For many of the reasons that Diane just mentioned. You know, it's crowded. There's traffic. There's kind of an attitude. Many people are. We have good friends there. There are nice people there. It's just that it's probably not my scene. Good colleges, great universities, a lot of exciting things to do. The beaches are great, but I'm going to have to pass.
Let's not forget about the water situation. Water always seems to be a problem in LA. They're always looking for more water.
I think the other thing that's concerning, really, that's giving me pause, is the homeless situation and the COVID restrictions are a huge problem. I know many people are upset by it. It's a huge divide. You know, I think until the governor changes, you know, I think, you know, California's going to see a lot of trouble, continued trouble. Generally, things have gone downhill since I've been a kid, which is unfortunate. Taxes, crowds, unaffordability, you know, illegal immigrants, homeless populations. It's pretty sad what's going on there. I think California in general gives me pause. I can't see myself living there without probably a massive opportunity of some kind to offset all of that stuff.
I think we've beat this horse to death. Let's move on. LA, not for us, maybe for you.
Who's going to clean the stable?
Yeah.
All right.
So what do you think? Could you live in LA? Do you live there now? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're thinking about moving to LA or any place else nationwide, we highly recommend working with knowledgeable local real estate agents. Whether you're buying or selling, if you need help finding one, we know a lot of great agents across the US, and we're happy to make a personal introduction. So click the link down below to start that process. And if you want to know more about making a big move in America, check out this video here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.